Hello there. Uh, we're here for Door of Eternity, Session 14. I'm still waiting for some of my players to arrive. They've got Saturday-itis, so trying to drag them into the playroom so that they can enjoy their regularly scheduled playtime with their friends. But a couple of things we're going to go over real quick here. Just a reminder for everyone to, if you have enough channel points, to spend them on the players. Any points spent for bonuses during tonight's session will go to Kingdom of Darkness. Points spent on bonuses in Kingdom of Darkness' session will go to Door of Eternity, and and that's kind of how it works. So let's talk about that schedule for a moment here. Let's see. On the 9th, which is next week, next Wednesday, we have Session 2 of Kingdom of Darkness, which is super great. Then on the 19th, we have Session... Oh, wait. Today's Session 13. Oopsie, it's Session 13. Yes, Session 13. I said 14. It's Session 13. Today is Session 13. So on the 19th, we have Session 14 of At the Door of Eternity. And then on the 23rd, we have Session 3 of Kingdom of Darkness. Now, I know I've done a lot of promising about Baptized in Blood. I kind of dropped the radioactive ball there for a bit with, creating content for it. Maps and encounters and narrative and things. It's still happening. I'm still working on it. I got some significant progress done yesterday, and I got some significant maps done in the past few weeks. So, it's getting there. To be frank, not even Kingdom of Darkness is fully complete. So, I'm kind of in a limbo zone of, I don't have enough stuff done for either of these. But the problem is I took such a sizable break after finishing writing Door of Eternity and making Door of Eternity that I should have spent a lot more of that time doing stuff for Valgas than I did. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in this situation. Haha. So, I got to this point by just kind of putzing around a little bit. So, but back on the horse, I'm expecting... I don't want to put a timer on it. I will let you all know when I know something about it in one of these announcements. So stay tuned. It'll happen. It's just going to take a bit. So very sorry about that. I'm definitely working on it. Anyway, Up chat, buddy. Okay, you calm down there in the chat. Let's see. Still just got the two of them. Okay, well, we're gonna start, because I'm kind of, I'm on a schedule, so... give me a moment, and I will come over to the group, and we will begin chatting with them there. So, right. So, you guys hear me? Cool. Here we are. We got the two of them right now. We're presuming that the rest of the group are rolling out of bed or something. Oh, there's Kiva.
I had a family thing.
It's okay. Alright. I bought 5 minutes for you, talking endlessly about the announcements, so...
Oh, okay. I was gonna sit in a corner and be mad. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, it's okay. It happens. Children, their thing.
Yeah, and being blown up in 2 bits. Yeah, I mean, puts
Oh,
anybody in a sour mood.
yeah.
Who got blown up?
It was all of you.
Everyone,
I
we
wasn't here
almost
for
had a
that.
full, yeah. You almost died, or either you're dead or almost dead, because you almost did actually die.
Man, y'all gotta be more careful when I'm not around.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't my idea. That's why I'm mad.
Oh,
The rogue, who's got basically trap sense and advantage on trap-based things, just did nothing the
It
entire
wasn't a
time.
trap.
I mean, they all are. Every single thing on this
It
floor is a trap.
it was a fireball thrown into a room full of explosives.
well,
All that concussive energy, all that that heat pretty much blew us apart and burned us alive.
I feel like there was probably a trap involved somewhere, considering the first two rooms were heavily trap-based.
There were 4 altogether. I think that was our last room. Maybe?
no, you
They
Third
didn't
or
go to the.
second?
you
They
Third or
didn't go
fourth?
into the one in the southeast, the one that the man
Oh
being
yeah,
stuck
that
in
was our
place.
3rd room.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Mistakes were made.
No, I am so mad right now.
It's all right. It's all right.
No, it's not alright.
Uh oh. All right. Well, yeah. So last time, you guys descended the staircase and wound up in a space where there were a series of deadly traps. You conquered the laser room. You conquered the deadly fan blades room. Each of these traps actually has a name. Let me go ahead and open that up. Doody doody doo. This one. The laser room, the Any Way the Wind Blows trap, and the Barrels of Fun trap, which is where mistakes were made. When the idea of disarming the trap first, a la the Any Way the Wind Blows trap, did not go quite as well as one could have hoped. In the fan blades one, where the fans were sucking you guys up into the blades, Pange used a fireball to explode the fan blades, which caused some significant damage to them, thus disarming the trap. A similar idea was used in the Barrels of Fun room, which wound up nearly killing everyone, and through luck and strength of will, the 5 of you survived. But mostly just barely. So, that said, I'm going to go ahead and load into the map here. Those should be animated. I guess they're not. Okay. I'll have to... Okay. So the scene is yours, guys. I didn't introduce you guys, but I hope that's okay. I think everybody knows who you are now.
Believe so.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. So you guys are here in the hallway, smoking a bit after recovering from explosion.
I have a solution, a potential solution, but you're all gonna need to trust me.
Rotax just on the ground coughing with his 0 HP.
Are you at 0 exactly?
Yeah, he's at 0 exactly. He's technically unconscious.
Is every who is unconscious?
Just him.
Okay. The others who aren't unconscious are going to need to trust me.
I'm currently trying to wring my hands around Pange.
He is very sorry, I believe, was the sentiment that he mentioned last time.
Will you permit me to knock you unconscious?
Who are you asking in this particular situation?
Everyone who's currently conscious.
Why?
My healing magic works better if you're closer to death.
Fascinating.
Comes with the territory of being a cleric of Azeroth, I suppose.
Sorry.
So, to clarify, what is the ability?
Circle of Mortality.
What mortality? First level, you gain the ability to manipulate the line between life and death. When you would normally roll 1 or more dice to restore hit points with a spell to a creature at 0 hit points, you instead use the highest number possible for each die. In addition,
healing is maximized if you're at 0.
Yes. In addition, you
Why?
learn the
Sorry.
spare the dying cantrip, blah 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 blah. Okay.
My question is, why can't we long rest?
Well, we could, I suppose. We don't know if we're going to, even if we are about to long rest, it's best to make sure that if we are attacked or approached, that we don't get jumped in the middle of the night. This is just in the moment following this horrible thing, in order to pick you back up so we can walk to wherever we're going to rest. Here, observe. And Joriel is going to cure wounds on Rotak.
Okay.
So I guess I'll use a second level spell slot. So it should be 2d8 plus 5, but it's going to be 16 plus 5 is 21. So yeah, we ignore the roll and it's 21 total.
I gasp. I live. I sit up, wondering what the hell just happened.
Would Nizak and Panchandram permit this?
I couldn't tell you.
Fair.
Panch has 8 hit points and Nizak has 1.
Nizak has 1.
And you have 1.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah.
if you just want Panch to be at 0 hit points, that can be arranged after what just happened.
I'll hold him for you.
No, we're not going to do any sort of PvP stuff while the player isn't here.
That's fair.
Technically, he'll be at more hit points than when he started, so.
Still.
It's tough love.
Yeah.
Concussive healing.
But Morgan, are you would you permit it?
I'm sorry, I'm also partially late. Out of everyone here, I trust you the most, but I still do not feel comfortable being knocked out. If we have to. I mean, I have enough spell slots to heal us, most of us up. So if we have to defend ourselves while we rest, at least we are better off.
If you're not
There.
comfortable with it, then we'll quit wasting time and we'll start with this. Joriel will cast Aura of Vitality.
Pretty sure.
So I got 1 minute each round. I can do 2d6,
Mm-hmm.
which means that's 10 rounds, which is 20d6 divided evenly amongst each party member.
So we're to
I
divide.
can also cast Aura Vitality.
Oh, look at you guys. Just healing on up.
I guess I'll
So
do. If there's 5 of us, 20d, it's 4d6 per person.
I like that die.
Please
12
declare
HP.
who that's for. Oh, that's for each of you? Okay.
Yeah, 12 HP for each of us.
So we're double casting Aura Vitality. How does that work?
I guess you can roll 4d6 for each of us as well.
I first cast a spell. Excuse me. I guess I don't have a button to automatically do that.
Nope. Sorry.
So how many times should we...
I just rolled 4d6 once, and then we said it applied to each person.
Hmm. Pretty good.
Nice.
Well, we averaged out.
Indeed.
Okay.
All right. In which case, yeah, let's return to the solar. Or, out of character, this is because I was not here last time. How close are we to finishing this thing?
We got one more room to open up.
Bless you, dear. Yes, there's just this room left. We will say that this switch has been thrown in this room, the Barrels of Fun room. You guys have not proceeded down either of these long hallways.
Let's see.
Rotek wants to try this door.
Okay.
He just wants to try it because no one did that.
Okay, make a perception check for me.
Is this perhaps related to a secret door?
No, it is not a secret door. The door is right in front of you.
Well, a secret about the door.
There. Okay. I suppose.
Look, I'm trying to use Dungeon Delver and my advantage on perception checks with regards to doors and
Sure.
secrets and traps.
Sure. Since you didn't get to use it last time. So you're looking at this door here, and upon inspection, you find that no, it is in fact not a door that has a keyhole or something that looks like it can be leveraged to open it. There's a lot of mechanisms on the front of it, but these mechanisms, a good quarter of them seem to be in one position, and the other 3/4 seem to be in a different position. They are circular mechanisms. They all have 2 long, like, pins or spikes, and for 3/4 of these, they're all pointed straight up. But for the last quarter, they're pointing down and towards the left.
Fine, I guess we can't bypass it.
Nope, doesn't look like it.
Alright, can we just inspect this last room from hell and see if there's an obvious way to do this?
If we're going to do that, Joriel is going to sorry, that shouldn't have taken a spell slot because my Aura of Vitality thing comes from the Plains Elf stuff, but I'm going to use a second one of those so that we each all get another 46.
If it helps, I don't think we're going to get exploded again. I just want to see the room before we decide whether to go in or not.
But I think we should.
We only blew up because Pan threw a fireball at explosive barrels.
True. Cause, effect. Happened. Yeah, so as you're casting this Plains Elf thing, what are you talking about? Hold on.
Aura of Vitality is
Oh,
a
yes.
Plains Elf, part of Magic of the Grasses.
Yes, it is. I made this and I don't remember it. A form coalesces into being in front of you. As if from wispy smoke.
Ah, is it Lily?
Yes.
Brotek waves.
She waves back.
Brotek opens the door.
You see what you see. A room full of holes in the floor.
I wish to do a perception check to find traps and trap plates and the things.
Sure, yeah.
Would it be perception or investigation?
We could do perception for this. Just, you're doing a cursory look.
Do I get advantage?
Yes, of course.
Excellent.
And you know what you get? Guidance? Just asking.
Oh, yeah, you can go ahead and add a d4 to that. 26 is very good. The entirety of the room is a clockwork mechanism that triggers upon entering. The clockwork mechanism itself triggers the traps, which are pneumatically driven. Traps are all spikes that rise through the floor in the spaces that are designated here. So there are some safe spots, but there are some not very safe spots. And there's quite a distance between some of those. You're unsure of what the timing of the mechanisms are, because it has not been triggered.
Only way to tell is to enter the room, I suppose, or attack.
Yep. I will now highlight the spaces that are no good, ouchy, bad times.
Brotek just kind of looks back at everyone like, this might hurt, and he steps in.
Joriel will follow him in.
You guys should be able to see all of that. Yep.
Yep.
Just for the edification of the stream, that is the room's trap layout that Brotek has discovered. Upon entering the room, we have a click sound, and then as many mechanisms begin to click at the same time.
Can we see these?
No, you can hear them though. They're quite loud as they're moving under the floor.
Do we see these spikes raise in random places?
Yes, they do begin to raise through the floor in some spots. Let me finish reading my thing.
Okay.
Spikes floor. Yep. Ceiling is 10 feet high. The spikes do rise straight to the ceiling. Here's how this works. For every 10 feet traveled over a spike section, the character must make a saving throw. Upon failure of each saving throw, they will take damage. Upon success, they take no damage. And there's a switch at the end of the hallway. Essentially, you're trying to beat the timing with your reflexes. So, go ahead.
Is there any way to leverage our movement speed through the timings?
I know that you're saying that because you can move hella fast. You think
As in, I guess, yeah, what's the, like... Are the spikes moving
Not
up
moving
and down at a consistent interval, or are they lying in wait for us to move over them? Or are they, like, moving at an unpredictable interval? How fast do they rise, I suppose?
so they're pneumatically driven, so they rise almost instantly. So as soon as one is fired off, it goes straight. It's not slow. It goes straight to the ceiling. You hear it hit the ceiling a little bit, reverberate, and go back down. And this is creating a cacophony of noise in this room, which is contributing to the overall sensory chaos of the room. Is making
Sorry.
The clockwork mechanisms in the floor are also making a lot of noise as well. As well as the various pistons and tanks that are charging before setting off the spikes. It does appear to be chaotic at first. You may be able to discern a pattern, which would give you advantage on your save if you spend a great amount of time studying it. But based on perspective, this would be very difficult to do until, based on just sheer volume of what's happening in front of you.
I'm just gonna cut in to speed this up. I have advantage in this anyway. I'm just gonna use my lamp to light my way and tell everyone to stay back, because I can do this because it's not pressure plated. It's just speed based. They're just random. So
Wait. I can give you long strider to make you faster.
It won't matter. I'm gonna have to make the same number of checks over the same number of distances. It's not pressure plated. It's not like based on speed. It's just every 10 feet. That's the mechanic.
Yep.
So like these gaps are spaced out to allow for checks in certain distances. I get advantage in every single one of them as default because I have advantage against traps.
What will help in this situation is bless, because it does apply to saves, and it is different than advantage, as well as I think aid. Give you just an extra 5 max HP.
Morgan, I'm going to refund your first level spell for you. Because they do not seem... Well, Rotak doesn't seem to need it for this.
Oh, I was displaying it. I wasn't sure if I was actually casting it.
It might have cast it. I'm not sure. I gave you one back anyway.
Nice.
Congrats on the free spell slot, if you didn't need it. So 5 extra hit points on top. That goes to your maximum, right?
Yep.
Okay, so plus max 5. Okay.
Then I am lighting my lamp, so I get some light, 15 foot bright and additional 30 feet dim.
So it's 15. It reads as 15:15.
I think it's 1545.
Where's this fucking lamp? Is this the lamp I wrote?
I don't know. I see my
Or
inventory.
an additional 30 feet. No, I see it. I got it. Okay, yeah. I'll give it out to 45. Weird.
So bless gives me a D4 on all the saving throws you had, Lee.
Yep.
And
Sweet.
guidance still.
And that's what's
You get 2 d4s technically.
Unfortunately, guidance is not for saves, for checks.
I thought it was.
Let's see. Guidance.
His bless is for
Oh,
attacks
for
and saves.
Yeah.
okay, I see it. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
And you'd have, for guidance, you'd have to keep touching me anyway, which means you'd have to follow me into all the traps.
Yike.
That would be funny.
All right, the lizard's gonna go charging ahead
Good luck.
across the first gap.
Alright, make your dexterity saving throw. At advantage.
I tried to put the 1d4 in there, but it didn't go with it.
Go ahead and throw the 1d4. Success. Beat the 12.
Next gap.
Joriel as readied a, as long as he's within range, healing spell.
Okay. Okay, that one passes. Again. That one passes as well.
It would be 2 checks either way, so we'll just cross the big gap and call it good.
Yep. Checks either way. Roll those. That one you fail. That one you pass. Take 13 points of piercing damage as
Oh, the 15. Interesting.
on the 15, yeah. As one of the spikes clips you.
I thought you said it was 12 earlier. Nice note. It gets difficult as you go forward. Love
Yep.
it.
It climbs for every jump you make.
But lovingly, I have resistance.
Yes, you do. To poison?
To all damage from traps.
Ah, yes. Right, so plus 6 back. This is your last one. Ooh. That one would be 8.
And then he pushes the button.
Okay, go ahead and give me a strength or athletics check.
Now this I can use guidance for.
Well,
You're all the way over here now.
Well, but it's you keep it. You keep it until you use it.
Let's see here.
technically, for a minute.
Yeah, for a minute. It wouldn't have taken you a minute to cross it. I'll give you the D4. We'll say that was Morgan's contribution. She declared she would give you guidance.
And bless still works for this too, yeah?
No,
no.
Guidance is like the piece of the pie where it's like blesses attacks and saves. Guidance is skill checks.
Got it. Oh, cool. Still 24.
$14. You grab the rusty and old lever and push on it as hard as you can. And for a moment there, it feels like it is not going to budge at all until suddenly it gives way all at once with a loud screech. The clockwork mechanisms stop, and the spikes that are out already recede into the floor slowly as the pressurized air that has put them where they are begins to
It is safe to return, I assume.
Yep.
Rotak not saunters, but he just walks on back, happily going over. Oh, come on, game, move the token.
No, the token moved.
Sorry, I think mine's just lagging badly. Interesting.
You're now pretty close to Dorial.
He's gonna return to the door, showing up with like a few scratches and small gashes from spikes. But like, I did it.
Excellent. All right. You feeling good to walk?
I think so. Is everyone else happy and healthy now? No one blown up this time? Glares at Pange.
I think he would do that. Unhappy face.
Rotag's like peering down the hallways. Should we check the halls or check the door? The door should be open now. Miss
Will
Lily lady, you should be able to go on ahead back to where you came from, hopefully.
Well, there's nothing like proceeding with company.
Do you know what is down these halls?
I don't actually. Castle changes from time to time.
Would you be willing to wait a minute while we investigate? We're supposed to check the entire castle, you see.
Of course.
All right. Let's do it quickly and carefully.
And we will be right back, Miss Lily lady. Yeah, we're just using passive perception as we go. I get no disadvantage on going quick doing it, so what would that be?
It's already on your sheet there. You identified it properly.
Yeah, so I with Dungeon Delver, I take no penalty for moving at a fast pace for passive perception. Great. Just in case this hallway is a trap, because you never know with us. It might be. Oh boy. Oh jeez.
Well, do we see our compatriots at the other end in the torchlight?
You do.
Rotak is just like he's turning around.
Tied up neat with a bow, Rotak. It's a loop.
But why can't I go this way? Rotak's like running into an invisible wall.
Now you're over there.
Rotak just like continuously just is hitting this point. Is what? But no. But why? Weird people making castles in loops.
Odds on there being a fight on the other side of that door?
Pretty high.
Then I think we should all rest before we do that.
I know anything about my aunt, as you could call her that. She is not one for... I'll just go ahead. She doesn't care if she kills you.
Who is your aunt?
Not really an aunt. We're not really related. It's just she's a present older female in my life who...
Oh. Is it like the Countess and her not sister and not brother?
Yes. The not sister is my not aunt.
Star Lady.
Yes.
Oh, I like Star Lady.
Oh, you shouldn't. But okay. Understandable.
Well, she said I'm her favorite.
Right. I suppose that's a good thing.
Why shouldn't I like Star Lady?
She's can be very she can be a grouch.
You must not play enough games with the Star Lady.
You know
Here.
what?
And he pulls out the carved set, another carved set, because he gave the last one to the Danica. He's been working on another one to replace it. to play with everyone else. He's like, here, have this.
Okay, and she takes it.
It's the same thing as before that he gave to Danica. It's like a small carved board with not quite squares, a bunch of small slotted pieces, and 2 Scaldi and 1 salamander.
I suppose I could make more of an effort.
If there's going to be a fight on the other side of the door, then do you want to join us in the solarium to rest, or?
The castle's traps and tricks and tests are meant for you. I will stick around with you all if you don't mind. I don't mind the company myself. But I have no reason to fear anything here.
Understandable.
I also cannot help.
Also understandable. Provided we haven't missed anything. Joriel's vote is to return to the solarium and sleep this off.
Sure, why not? It's not gonna hurt us.
Any objection? Okay. I will move you to the solar. Setting you guys up, that's all. To right here. Oh. You arrive at the solar. And free to move. If you'd like to have a scene here, feel free. If not, let me know your request and return to the courtyard.
Can I ask you a logistical question?
Or
Given that I've never properly tried it out, and I would love to, and they are very similar, and I haven't really established much for the metamagic training. Could I change metamagic training to channeler training?
which metamagics were you going to train?
It was going to be probably like quicken and distant.
I'd say no because they're not. They're similar in a way, but they're quite different. Chandler itself has like heightens your power significantly more than any meta magic does.
All right. In which case, could I mean, can you train multiple things alternatingly?
Yes.
In which case, so I don't forget, could you add Channeler to my downtime log as an option?
Sure.
Thank you very much. Aside from that, I think, yeah, Joriel is likely to just be exhausted and sore and ready to sleep.
Rotak's eating bugs. Well, just for shits and giggles, he wants to try this door again and see if it opens yet. Wait, isn't this the door that didn't open?
This one, yes.
But it opened this time.
It's one of the two.
You know, he's just gonna poke his head in.
Bedroom.
What? Is it in use? Does it look like it's in use?
Yeah, it does.
He thinks a bit, pokes his head in a little more. Just contest bedroom.
There's no answer.
Does it smell like the contest?
A bit, yes. The fireplace is lit as well, which shows you that it is in use. There's a book left on the floor there by the fire and mirror. Appears someone must have been reading there lately.
I want to make a perception check solely based to see if Rotak has paid attention to the things that Joriel has been doing in the past.
Sure.
I'll go with yes. Rotak's gonna call out to Joriel, Mr. Elf, mirror!
Hmm?
Because he's seen Joriel using the mirror fragment to do things. So Rotak is now pointing out the giant standing mirror, thinking it's important.
I don't know if we're supposed to. Yes, it's a mirror.
He
Honestly,
gestures towards where you normally store your mirror fragment. Mirror.
Yeah. Honestly, you're probably not wrong that mirror is probably enchanted. However, I think we're not supposed to go in there, and my mirror fragment is very specifically enchanted.
Ah, different mirror. Okay. So many new things.
My mirror was, well, it was used to communicate over long distances. That's how I would receive orders. But
What happened to your mirror?
it was broken, shattered.
Were you rough with the thing?
No, an enemy soldier was.
Ah, yes. My last spear broken by a soldier. Humans, they do rough things.
Indeed.
Rotek's gonna go back to his bugs now.
Indubitably.
All right, I think we're probably good for our rest then.
Kiva, are you there? She must still have child aggro. What were you gonna say?
There was. There's one other thing, which is, is this sort of prelude to a rest enough time to try some rudimentary runesmithing?
Sure, yes. Do you have an item you would like to enchant?
The first thing Droil is attempting to do would be enchanting his mirror shard, trying to make it a mirror shard of devotion, amulet of devotion.
Now, I know we've talked about this a little bit. The level of stuff that I'm prepared to mechanically give you would be stuff like elemental imbuements, or thorns enchantments, or basic weapon enchantments like +1/+1s, featherlights, and those sorts of enchantments. Something like an amulet of devotion. Let me just pull the item real quick.
The devout. It's a spellcaster +1/+1.
Yeah, I see that. Rarity of these. Common. This is for clerics and paladins only. Okay. Yes. I would say you can do this because it's effectively a 1/1. So you need the commensurate materials. What do you have on you?
I have 1 unit of hydrillium crystals, as well as 1 unit of citrine.
Okay. You will need both of these to complete the enchanting.
All right.
Why do you have 2 backpacks?
1 is for my books, 1 is for my other stuff.
Oh. Okay. Alright. Yes. So you're gonna need to make an Arcana roll for your enchanting. This will take you about an hour to do.
Right. I will use my last spell slot on enhance ability for that.
Mm-hmm. 19. Okay. This is the first item that you've enchanted, correct?
Yes.
Right. Dean, please. God, this boy. Alright. Your Amulet of the Devout does require attunement.
Indeed. I suppose that will be conducted over the course of this long rest.
Yes. How is the thing?
To attune?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Let's see. To add your stuff properly. Let's see here. 5 plus 8. 13. Plus 3 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. Yes, it did. Great. Cool. Okay. This is your first enchantment, and so it feels a little rough. It's a little bit of a drain on you. And you notice that the magic itself, while fairly strong, does want to give up now and again. You may have to re-enchant this because this is your first one. The more practice you get, the better you're going to get at it. But you're going to need more materials to do that. So,
Understood.
anything else anyone would like to do? Okay, I'm not hearing anything, so go ahead and roll your long rests. I will do so for Pange and Nizak. And I suppose Morgan. Okay. All right. Anything else before you depart for the courtyard?
I am going to. I wanted to change something. Using Whispers of the Dead because we long rested. I am switching my proficiency. If I can figure out what it's currently listed under, I don't see it, so I'm not sure where I have it marked anywhere. But I'm gonna change it to athletics.
Okay.
I have one floating proficiency for any skill or tool, and I can change it every long and short rest.
I think it's
As a ghostly presence shares its knowledge with me.
nature.
Maybe.
I think perception, sleight of hand, stealth, and survival are your. It gives you proficiency, not expertise, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it's got to be either nature, acrobatics, investigation, or perception, and not just kind of feeling it up.
I thought nature was one of mine that I had.
Might be.
I don't have it written down, unfortunately. I don't know. I thought it gave it to me somewhere, and I'm really confused why there's no way to record it.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't do
Oh
that.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't a skill. The proficiency he had was tool proficiency. That's how he was carving things.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay.
So I'll switch it to athletics for now.
Okay.
And then
Make it.
when I want to carve again, he'll have to talk to another ghost.
Yeah, make a note somewhere that that's what you have your ghostly proficiency in. Okay. All right. That all?
Believe so.
Ready. Brace for scene change. About an hour later, you guys arrive here in the courtyard. What you believe is the courtyard.
Hello, Miss Lily Lady. We have returned.
I was with you the whole time.
You were?
Yes. She was with you the whole time.
Oh, I thought she waited here for us. My bad. I didn't notice her at the solarium.
That's okay.
All right. I presume I'm up front this time.
I think it's probably me.
Well, the both of us, since Nizak isn't.
Before we go through the doorway, since it's a hallway of traps, maybe, just maybe, we should perception check.
All right.
14. And a 27. A billion. No traps that you can see here.
Okay.
Blue hallway, red hallway.
Oh, don't like that.
That is your color vision.
I mean, I see some red. I think that's just the color of the light, though, because everything beyond that's blue.
Yes,
Fair enough.
that is your lantern.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of I'm trying to get it to be more of a burnt orange, but it's not.
Makes sense.
It's mixing with the blue is what's happening, so that's why it looks kind of pinkish red.
We're just gonna continue to carefully advance forward, looking around, trying not to trigger traps.
You see as you step into an area with purplish grass, you see that there's a bright, sourceless light in the center of the group of pillars, and you stand in the shade.
Looking back at Jor-El, do we think we should stay in the shade? Probably.
Well, worth a check.
Do you have a stick?
Yes. Extend a stick just into the light here.
Okay. Just gonna have to go ahead and roll this. The stick catches on fire with bright white flame and burns to cinders.
Vortex
will-
just nods. Yes, stay in the shade.
Toss it away. Yep. That's not good.
I wonder if it's Star Lady. Other side.
Worth checking.
He stops right at the edge of this room, not wanting to step into it yet.
Here you see a beautiful fountain. Move the camera just a bit. Don't move, because otherwise it will move the camera. You see a beautiful fountain surrounded by gnarled, graying trees that appear devoid of life, standing upon a field of purplish blue grass. With your perception checks from earlier, you can see that the fountain has a depiction of a beautiful woman whose hair runs long into the waters below. She is clad in a sheer dress, despite the fact that she's carved from pure, translucent marble. The plaque on it, you cannot read from here, but appears to have words on it.
Do you have another stick?
Actually, no. Factually, no.
Rotak pulled out one of his other planks and just starts poking the grass with it to see if it does anything.
The plank pushes into the grass, doing things that a plank into grass should do.
Okay, the grass won't catch us on fire.
Suppose not.
This seems safer than Bernie Lightroom. Should we try?
Let's give it a shot.
I have a bow. What do you want me to shoot?
Let's try and think of it from a lesson or a metaphorical perspective. Why are the trees dead?
Well, I thought Bernie grass, but the plank didn't catch fire.
Indeed.
So, fountain?
Well, let's read that plaque.
Ring of trees. Maybe not get too close. How far away can we read it from?
From there, you can probably read it, Joriel, given your vision. You can read in right high crook.
Yes.
Okay. It says on the plaque, "Drink of these waters and be refreshed."
Drink of these waters and be refreshed.
What if we
Well,
give the water to the trees? They could be refreshed.
that was what I was thinking. Joriel will, empty out water skin and fill that water skin with fountain water, and then bring it to this tree.
Okay. And then you
Spread it over the roots.
spread it over the roots. Okay. You hear the tree kind of creak and groan in the way that trees do. Buds form at the ends of the branches and it begins to bloom.
Well, it hasn't turned into a rampaging dryad or ent. Let's keep going. Joriel will methodically start, basically like carefully waiting after each one to see if something happens, but start working on spreading water on each of the roots.
Okay.
Brotak is rolling nature because I want to see what kind of trees these are. Also because he likes nature, so he's just standing by it, like touching the tree, happy that they revived it.
Sure. Rotek, you recognize these as Scaraptican oak. A hardy wood, but known for holding magic in a way that is out of the ordinary for wood.
He's very familiar with these trees since he comes from Scarnaptica. Well, near it at least. I'm not sure exactly where in Corinth his tribe was at, but Scaraptica was pretty big in there, so we'll go with it. Yeah, his tribe probably had something to do with these trees because they were very close to nature since they didn't have gods.
Each tree responds in kind, Joriel, to in the same fashion as the first one. They all are watered and begin to and cover.
With the last one, Joriel will look around. Well, suppose that's our good deed for the day. Joriel will refill his water skin with this water.
Sure.
Are you familiar with this grove room?
Mother doesn't water the trees very often, and they can get quite upset about it. Good that you did.
Strong trees. Good with magic.
Would they be able to absorb or redirect radiant energy at all?
No, if you're thinking about using them as a shield for what's going on in the other room there, no, they will catch flame just like that stick did.
All right.
Big mirror!
I don't know that we can get that mirror down here.
Lily lady, can we borrow your mother's mirror?
Oh, the one in her room?
Yes.
No. Please
Why
don't.
not?
Please don't take things out of her room.
Can we ask her?
If you can find her.
Where can we find her?
I don't know.
Oh, dang. She's not a very good mother if you can't find her.
She narrows her eyes at you.
Scaldy mothers are always close at hand when you need them.
Hmm.
He's not saying it maliciously. He's just like commenting on like, oh, she's not a Scaldy mother.
Yeah, she gets that. Jorl, because you rolled super high, this bulge in the wall here seems out of the ordinary for the architecture.
I am not seeing where you're highlighting. Oh, there. Okay. Huh. Hidden parapet, perhaps?
Should we roll an investigation to find the door?
Sure.
Droil will hand it to Rotek, as he is the expert with hidden doors.
Aha! He's
Found-
scrambling along the wall, feels a button click. Aha! I found it!
Yes, you found the secret doorway. This leads off the map.
Before we venture through, what's the... Sorry, because I wasn't here to meet her. What's the most formal term of address I could use for Lily?
Probably... most formal, my lady.
Apologies, my lady. I suppose, given that I just went through all the effort to revive them and water them, perhaps it is a bit callous to ask, are these trees permissible to be harvested for, well, given their ability to conduct magic, perhaps one of our spellcasters might benefit from a staff made from one of them?
They will,
Good trees. Big limbs. We use for spears sometimes. Good hunting.
these will probably beat you to death for the attempt.
Understand.
Can I try?
If you're willing to get on the tree's bad side, and she backs way the fuck up.
Rotak's gonna go to the very first tree that they watered, the one that he inspected and had put a clawed hand on, and just starts goes back to it once again, puts a hand on it, and just starts quietly talking to it, just oak tree. We could use a branch for our struggles in this castle. If we can come back and keep watering you, would you be willing to offer us one for use as a staff? I'm gonna roll nature to see if he can commune with this tree.
Sure.
Probably not.
The tree does not respond.
Well, he tried. It didn't beat him up, though. He walks back. Actually, while he's there, spark of inspiration hits. He looks to the secret door they just found, looks back towards the other side. Mr. Joriel, do you think maybe there's another secret door over here? And he's going to walk over and look.
Certainly possible.
Because might as well explore everything before we just make a decision on where to go.
There does not appear to be a door here.
Okay.
All right, let's try this passageway.
Mr. Joriel, how do you make mirrors?
That's a good question. There's a method of silvering glass, where you apply a thin layer of silver to a sheet of glass, or polish a piece of metal.
How do you make glass?
You superheat sand.
Heat. So it's like this metal that we all use.
A lot more fragile.
Could
And
Belkorog make one?
a mirror? Possibly.
Could we have him make a big mirror that we could use to carry and reflect all of that burning light?
Possibly. I have another possible solution. We'll check out this doorway and then see if that doesn't provide other options.
Okay.
I have not heard back from Kiva yet, so I believe she's still AFK due to aggro. So, you guys are moving into this next section?
Indeed.
Pause for load. Make sure I have the right section. Okay. Put you guys down. Oriel, Protac, Hange, Nizak.
Should we be able to see those letters?
No. Whoops. What letters?
Just
Would it
wanted
be-
just wanted to ask.
Would it be convenient for you if we started at A or if we didn't start at A?
It doesn't matter to me. They're just notes on the rooms. It's just notes on the rooms as they are apparent in a natural course of movement. So, but yes, if you'd like to start at A, you certainly can. You don't have to, though. Let's see here.
I think the first thing Rotak's gonna do is carefully walk to the end of the hall while just like peering around, trying to just get a sense of
Nope.
how much they have to explore right now.
Okay, here you go.
Hallway, long hallway.
Okay.
As you enter this hallway here, you hear laughter, camaraderie. There are people here. The Comtesse had said the castle was bereft of the living, hadn't she? Or was that just the impression you've had? Regardless, this area is warm and feels kind.
I mean, she said it was bereft of the living, and everyone we've met is dead. So
Give it a
far enough
shot.
time. Yeah. Ooh. Yup. Yup.
As you open that door, you see several skeletons playing cards at the table, chattering away.
Games?
Yes, they are playing some kind of game at the table.
No, it's Rotak out loud.
Oh. They all look and say, well, are you coming into play or are you just going to hang out there? What's going on? Stay or go. Stay or go.
Rotak looks at Joriel. Can I play this game?
Briefly.
Here, let's make room for him. Make room for him. Come on, fellas. Let's make room for him. They shuffle.
I'm snapping to it. I don't remember how to get Foundry not to snap to a grid.
You hold shift.
Got it. Cool.
Sit down, sit down, sit down.
Oh, he's already sitting. The giant lizard man just finds how to sit, mirroring the posture of these other skeletons. Like, my bones don't work that way, but I'll try. Shoves his tail to one side.
They gestured you. This guy's funny. His bones don't work that way. You hear that stuff? Oh, come on, man. All right, let's deal you in. You ever play this before?
I have not.
Okay.
Out of character, do they know they're skeletons? Because he just made a bone joke to add a bunch of skeletons.
Is that an out of character question, or is that a in character? Does Rotak think they know they're skeletons question?
That was an out of character. The way that they responded to him, did it seem like they caught on to his pun, or are they just like playing a role of living beings not knowing that they're skeletons?
This is something that would require a check in game, and I cannot divulge.
Insight.
Make an insight check. It occurs to Rotak that these guys don't know they're dead.
Great, we're keeping it that way.
Alright, what do you see? What do you say? We're gonna play. And they deal the cards. Got anything to ante up for the pot? And they throw some coins on the table.
Do those coins look like the coins he has?
You do.
What kind of metal are they using?
There are about 8 silver pieces on the table right now.
Oh, it seems like 2 per skeleton. He'll put 2 silver down.
Alright, the current pot is 10. So the skeleton on the right of you says, alright, 1 full duke for the pot here. Alright, let's go. And they go ahead and roll. So I'm going to make 4 rolls for them. You're going to roll 5d6. Two. 4. Okay. All right. They look at you all and say, do you want to swap anything out? And one of the other ones goes, yeah, I'll swap a card.
Rotek doesn't even know the rules of the game that he's playing.
All right. That's a good hand. That's a real good hand.
Rotek's just gonna be like, what's a hand?
Hands this, fella. And he holds up his cards, shakes them at you. This is a hand. Hand of cards. You can drop.
What are we trying to do with the cards?
You're trying to get the highest quantity for your cards here.
Then I will change 2 cards.
All right. You can change 2 cards. Go ahead and roll 2 more d6. Which cards are you dropping?
The 1 and the 3, I'm assuming.
Sure. So your array is a total value of, let's see, it's 4, 14, 21. Rotak is 21. We have this guy who has a that skeleton. Exchange a card. All right, give me one of those. Not any better. And they show you their hands, and you tied with the first skeleton here on the right. And he says, okay, pal, okay. You're a little shark, little card shark. Go ahead, let's do another hand, just you and me. See who wins the pot. He's going to go ahead and roll his. He looks at you. I'm gonna only take 1.
I will take 2.
Okay, go ahead and roll. You have
House.
you have a full house. Yeah, you have 28.
Indeed.
He looks at you and says, "All right, any anti-op you want to do? Any additional betting?"
Murtag is gonna put 5 silver down.
He goes and he puts 5 silver pieces down. He says, "All right, all right. Little daring, lizard man. A little daring." The other skeletons laugh at this. And he goes and shows his hand. He has a 20. You have
28.
28. Well. Look here. We have beginner's luck right here with this guy, and the others laugh as well. See your luck again.
Sure, I'll play a while if you'll tell me some things.
Okay. We're here for a story or two. What do you got for us? Story for story.
Rotag's gonna just ask, where are we? What can you tell me about this part of the castle?
Oh, this is where the boys train and live. This is the barracks, my friend. Aren't you a new acquisition? Aren't you supposed to be here?
I may have just wandered in and found some fun games.
Listen to this guy. He just wandered in. Man, what a life you live. Say, buddy, and the other skeleton grabs you by the shoulder and says, "Did you wander in from outside the castle, or did you wander in from somewhere else in the castle?"
Somewhere else in the castle.
The one across the way looks very tired, in a sort of skeleton sort of way, kind of chimes in and says, "So you didn't wander in from outside. You got no idea how to get out of here, huh?"
That's what I'm trying to learn. That's what I'm here to learn.
Oh. The guy across from you on the left goes, "See, Scaldy, they kind of know the way out. They stay outdoors a lot of the time. We generally, at least in my day, we're all from the same day, buddy. Yeah, we're all from the same day. But in my day, they just spent all their time outside. This guy's got to feel so cooped up, probably looking around for the sky. There ain't no sky anywhere. It's just building.
But I've been outside. I saw your broken sky.
You've been outside?" One of them leans in a little closer. "You willing to part with that information?"
I'll tell you about your broken sky outside if you'll tell me about this barracks. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how he can phrase it in a way like, you tell me about the area I'm in, I'll tell you about when I went outside.
Kind of leans back in his chair and he goes, "Let's play for it."
Let's play for it.
Okay. He deals the cards, shuffling them. Go ahead and roll. He re-rolls 1 die.
I will exchange 3.
Which 3 did you exchange?
I only kept the 5 and the 6.
Okay. So
that leaves me with 22.
22. He places his cards down and he has 3 6s and 2 5s.
A good hand. What I had.
Yeah, seems to be the case. Oh. Is what it is. Tell me about outside. Where'd you see it?
Rotak will relate I think it's one floor up with Duma's throne room, and then the bridge leading out and seeing the blasted scape and the twisting winds and the strange stars of this realm.
That doesn't sound right at all. Past the king's throne room, our good king. Well, no, we can't leave that way. We can't leave at all. There's a war coming, and we gotta be ready for. You're a good sort. What's your name, Lizard? What's your name, Lizard?
I'm called Rotak.
Rotak, Rotak. It's probably a good, strong, scouty name.
And I'm no Saurian. I'm one of those that slithers than the ones that smash.
Ah, you're a viper.
Yes.
Gotcha, gotcha. Oh. Oh. Looks like you can't help us get out of here then.
Not yet.
Too bad. Too bad. Well, if you're looking for someplace warm to settle down or play a hand of cards, feel free to swing on by.
Rotak's gonna look over his shoulder. Just, Mr. Joro, they may be able to tell us about this place, but I don't have another story to play for. Would you like to play for it? Do you have a story to tell?
We have the same story, Rotak. We showed up in the same place. Are they wearing any kind of clothing?
They're wearing, like, moth-eaten, time-destroyed rags and rusted armor.
Can I roll history, potentially with advantage, to see if their armor looks more modern than the armors of the Corinthian soldiers Rotak fought against when the Corinthians first showed up?
Sure. I mean, roll better than a 5. Yes, the answer is yes. It is far more advanced.
Rotak's gonna offer, I have another story I might be able to tell you that I can play against your information about this barracks.
All
I
right.
can tell you what your land was like, what Cruinth was like before your people showed up.
The
I can
scout.
tell you what your outside was before.
They all kind of shrugs. Not interested, pal. It doesn't really.
You're Corinthians, then.
Yeah. What do you think
I
we
can
are?
tell you about the time I met Dart Justia.
We've all met a dart or two who claims he's Dart Justia.
No, I met the original.
Hmm. Make a persuasion check.
Right. $23.
23. They kind of look at each other, and then they look at you and say, "Wait, some kind of elf?"
I am.
Rotak will vacate the chair because they seem interested.
They all kind of slowly begin standing up.
Oh, wrong kind of interested.
You've guessed correctly that we did meet on the battlefield, but he was no match for me. And I am no enemy of humanity these days. If you'd like to hear the full story, I'm willing to trade it.
Sounds like a lot of bullshit, friend.
It's not. And I think you all... Well, I could tell you something else about yourselves that I'm not sure you'd like.
They
But
start.
this doesn't have to get ugly.
He keeps saying stuff that makes it seem like it's gonna have to get ugly.
You know the stories, right? Darchestia, beloved by death.
Mr. Joriel, you're making him angry. As he's looking back and forth between the skeletons getting in position, and Joriel's just continuing to say things that might be pissing them off.
I really don't.
Here's a fun question. Can I roll insight on Joriel?
Sure, yeah.
Go for it.
Specifically, is Joriel, with those phrasing, is he potentially intentionally antagonizing these old Corinthian soldiers? Yeah, I wouldn't know, apparently. I have no idea what the DC on a check like that is, though.
I mean, that would be Joriel's either passive deception or passive persuasion.
Yeah. Which is not high, but it is more than 6.
Yeah.
Listen. I have had a very long life as an elf, and I've only recently come to understand what my purpose is. If you all think that it's right and good for you to exact vengeance upon me for the crimes my people committed, I can only beg to persuade you otherwise. But I have a task now. Saving the souls of both human and elven kind. And you are either part of that work or an obstacle to it. Which do you wish to be?
Make a persuasion check. Or are you trying to intimidate them?
I think it's probably intimidation at this point.
Sure.
No, actually, no. I think no. Joriel's. I mean, he's sounding menacing, but he is genuinely just trying to. He does. The where he wants to go is helpful to them.
So, trying to persuade them.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to roll that again at disadvantage.
Okay. Just like one more.
Yeah, one more. Just because he is menacing.
That's the 12 total. Joriel is holding the mirror shard. And as he finishes speaking, do they look like they're convinced?
They're skeletons. How are they supposed to look?
That's
when
fair.
they're convinced.
Well, do they look like they're still angling to attack?
Yes, they do appear as though they might still attack you.
All right. Joriel will raise the mirror shard and show them their reflections. If they attack, he's going to turn undead.
Okay, so they see their reflections. Let's see here. Yep, okay. I'm gonna have to roll initiative for you guys.
Alas.
Does he get a surprise turn on dead since he was preparing for it?
No, because they are also angling for a fight. So. Let's see. This one. Okay. Still no Morrigan, I suppose.
Morgan did, in fact, drop out of Discord and Foundry, so.
Okay. All right. I think we will hold the game here then.
Fair enough.
Sensible.
That way, potentially all 5 of you will be here for the next session for this fight. So we'll break here for the game, and we'll see what happens next session. So.
All right, all right.
And I'll keep that initiative roll. Yeah, I'll keep those initiatives. So let's go ahead.
Man, I'm hoping we can calm the skeletons down. I want to play more games with them.
Oh, well. The elf flapped his yap. He yapped his flap. Started saying stuff they didn't like, so...
Fortunately, Toriel has figured out its purpose, and it is putting down undead. Or putting the dead to rest.
So, yeah. We'll be back here in 2 weeks, hopefully, and we'll have more of this. So, I hope you guys had fun, and I hope everybody gets home and stays safe. And that's it, yeah. So we'll see you in about 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Peace.